Hey, what's up everybody? Joe Kyser here. We have a video that was sent to me about a week ago or so. Unfortunately, I'm just getting around to it now. The person that sent me this would like to remain anonymous, but I do want to acknowledge them some way, somehow, because every day they send me tips, videos, and sometimes it's 3-4 times a day. I totally appreciate that. I get a lot of emails actually with tips on different stories or different links to videos. So if you guys have any good footage or anything that you want me to talk about and get up there on the internet and make light of, send it on over. thebrokerscollection@gmail.com. You can go down to the description for that, and there's some other ways to get in contact with me. So anyway, we have a video here, and the title to it, I don't think it's appropriately titled, but I don't think it means anything. I don't think it has anything to do with this video. It says a Hispanic male goes into the police station, and that's kind of like what I have the problem with. Like, okay, Hispanic male, white male, black male, like what's it matter what ethnicity or whatever this person is? But anyway, they go to the police station, they need some help, and then here's what they encounter. We'll just start watching it right away.
Question is,
Yes.
have you sent anybody in that area?
Yes, we've been in that area.
Okay, for what complaint?
I can't release that information.
Okay.
That's what these forms are.
Okay, I feel.
You can feel anything you want.
I got, well, matter of fact, I got video for somebody in a police form asking for my ID.
Okay.
And I would like to ask for a complaint form. They gave me a complaint form. The problem is, he did not identify himself.
Okay. There's your complaint form, there's your incident form, the two forms that you're asking for. Other than that, there's nothing I can help you with. Those are the forms you wanted.
Who was the officers you sent out there?
You have to fill out those forms.
I have, okay.
All right, I did do a little bit of research on this, and I really didn't come up with much. I reached out to the person that uploaded the video, and they haven't gotten back to me yet. In all fairness, it was just maybe about a day ago. But here's what's going on here. So he had a stop, right? And he wasn't happy with it. He didn't know who the officers were that stopped him. He wasn't able to identify them. He comes into the police station to make a complaint about it. He believes that in order to make the complaint, he has to know what their names are. The cop tells him, here's your forms, and fill that out. It doesn't really matter what their names are. The cops are going to do the investigation, and they'll find out. So he doesn't need to know what their names are. Here's part of the issue, right? When dealing with the police and trying to get some sort of resolve. There's two sides to it. There's the cop side, and then there's the civilian side. If we could work together somehow, get rid of this disconnect, communicate properly, things would be fine. All right? When you want to solve problems in real life, you deal with them realistically. All right, let's just keep watching.
Okay. And they will give me their numbers. How would I know who was sent out there?
Fill out the forms like you're asking. This is what you wanted. You came in here asking for an incident report and a civilian complaint form. That's your civilian complaint form. Your incident form is right in the windowsill behind you.
We have a problem here. Because
I don't have a problem. You have a problem because you're not understanding what I'm telling you.
You don't need to know the names of the police officers in order to file the complaint.
I've given you what you asked for.
Okay, the problem is the so-called police officer.
I can guarantee you there's nobody down there impersonating the police officer.
How can you guarantee that when he did not give his ID?
All right, what are we looking to do here? File the complaint or what?
Police.
How do you know? Oh, it was you?
Yes. But
Okay. You know they molested me? They molested me.
They molested you?
Yes, they molested me.
You can talk to the supervisor.
You're a supervisor. Okay.
What's going on?
I was molested by an officer.
Like bothered by an officer?
All right, the complainant calls it molested. The police officer wants to try to correct them, and he says bothered. I don't know why the cop would even do that, but he did.
Molested by an officer. I was touched by an officer.
Okay.
Okay, and I would like to know his name.
Today?
Yes.
I can only assume that this is something more than the complaint, because now he's saying that he needs his name today. Now, we know he doesn't need his name to make the complaint. I mean, where's the resolve here? What are we trying to get to? It just doesn't make sense at this point. It almost seems like that this was videotaped and done for theatrical reasons, purposely just to put on YouTube.
Do you know the incident, or
No.
you was lost?
No, I don't.
Is it just me, or does this cop have like this weird robot kind of like disposition?
I was down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Two people I would like to believe, right, they was acting like officers. But once I asked their name, ID number,
Whereabouts
they
was
took
this?
off.
He wasn't doing nothing. He just getting mean cause,
What-
you know what I mean? Like.
Where's the address?
981 Main Street.
Okay.
And I asked their names, and I got video
Okay.
of them running off.
Do you want to come in and talk to me?
No, we could do it right here.
That's not how we conduct business. We go inside, we talk, and if you want to write a statement, we'll have a statement written.
I would like to make a statement, but I would like to do it right here.
All right, so this cop's definitely doing the right thing. He's trying to create privacy for the civilian that wants to make his complaint.
Well, that's not how it works. We
Why?
have you go in
Why
there.
do I have to go?
Because this is a public area, and if something like that happens, we don't want people walking in and out and get
Well,
assistance.
I feel safe here. I don't feel
Okay.
safe anywhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I'm a robot. I'm just gonna talk to you like this in monotone and just stare at you. What the heck? Oh my God, this is just killing me, this cop here. All right, so look, I get it. You got to try to create privacy, right? Okay, but he doesn't want to go back there. I'm sure he doesn't have to go back there in order to make the complaint. That would be a ridiculous policy by the police station. You know, the police station and the town next to me, they have a little sign hanging up, and it says, here's the complaint forms, and it says in big capital letters, you do not have to fill out a special form. You do not have to, you know, pretty much telling you, you can make this complaint any way you like. It's accommodating to you. He wants to make a complaint on a police officer. Let's not make this hard. Let's make it easy. I can understand you're looking out for him, but he's telling you, I don't need you to look out for me.
I'm explaining to you how
What?
we're gonna...
I would like to the names. Did you
We
see?
haven't explained the circumstances yet, so
All right, I would just like the names of the officers. If they were officers, who was there?
All right, listen, I'm not trying to like rag on this dude. Really, I'm not. I think this can be used as a lesson for anybody who wants to go into the police station and get some sort of resolve, get some sort of answers, make a complaint or wherever it is. Now, he keeps asking for the names of the police officers. Okay, that's fine. I would not expect that immediately. I would not expect your question to be answered immediately. Just plain and simple, all right? We're going around in a circle here. We're not getting anything done. You haven't even made the complaint yet. You haven't even, like, put the complaint down, put it in writing so he can research exactly what's going on. The civilian, he's assuming right now that this guy automatically already knows all about it because it's an unjust and they were, you know, he probably thinks they were in the back room pounding fist, you know, got another one, molested this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. But we're not going anywhere with this. Nowhere at all. Realistically, all you need to do is communicate back and forth. Communicate, do it right, and you can come to a resolve. The very least, you can understand each other. And that's when people get mad. People get mad when they don't understand. You could probably best relate that to your significant other, right? When do they get mad at you? When they just don't understand. Do you ever find yourself going, well, you just don't understand? And it's frustrating, right? This is what happens. So these are two sides that are clashing, coming together, because they're definitely being stubborn.
At the moment.
I'd have to look into it. Yeah, you just
Can
came
you
in here
please-
now and...
Can you please look into it and just give
Yeah.
me names? I could fill out the report if I had the names, and I got recording with them.
Bam! booyah, situation de-escalates super fast. Dude gets in the right frame of mind. All right, I can fill that out. He understands at this point, right? And maybe he understand the whole time. You know, maybe he's just busting the cops. You know what I'm saying? But listen, he understands at this point. He de-escalates. He starts talking to him in a regular tone. He's not yelling. The cop's in the same position. Like he's just, yes, I can do that for you right now. You know what I'm saying? So he's de-escalated. It doesn't look like he's hyper or anything like that. All right. And then
By molested, what do you mean?
he's got to go into the detail. Now he's worried about getting the complaint. So what do you mean by molested? Okay. What's that have to do with anything, dude? Right now, what does that have to do with anything? I think you're just trying to drum something up. Oh, let's continue.
I was
That's what I'm
touched.
getting at.
I was touched.
But that's not molested.
That is. Molested means
Okay.
touching.
How did they touch you?
All right, Lieutenant. It seems like at this point, you're trying to figure out if he's got a valid complaint, right? That's exactly what you're doing. But you know what? Everything's de-escalated. We can get to the point of resolve. And now you don't want to do it. Now it's a game to you. It really is a game.
They touched me. They did everything that a police officer would do if
Okay.
I was doing a crime or if I was detained. But I was not detained.
All right, so if they were going to perform a Terry frisk on them, they didn't need probable cause. They needed reasonable suspicion, okay? And they probably had it, which is why the cop kind of like looks off to the left like, oh, yeah, okay, you weren't detained. He probably was detained.
So I would like to their names, and I would like to make a report.
Okay. How would I go about doing that?
Here we go. How do I go about doing that? Now he's gonna act dumb. Well, I guess he figures that he's like getting played or whatever. Now he's gonna be on the other end of it. I mean, look, we pay these guys to do a job. You're gonna have to deal with all sorts of personalities, all sorts of reasons for people coming in, filing complaints. Let's just make it easy. Here's a complaint form. Here's what we normally do. You don't want to do it? All right, so be it. You know, go home, videotape it, and we'll stamp my seal of approval on it. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways to go about this. The cop could be a lot more helpful. Apparently, he doesn't want to be. You know, maybe there's more to this. Maybe the cop thinks he's justified for acting the way he's acting, and he's just not going to contribute to the show. Because there's two cameras going on. He has one, and then the one that's on him.
Did you send any officers over there?
Where?
981 Main Street.
It's possible I can look into it.
Okay, so let's do that. Because give me their names
Yeah.
and their badge number.
Alright.
Oh my God, it was going so good, and you had to ask for the names and badge numbers again. Here we go in a circle.
First we'll have to take down your name as well.
Why?
Because do you have a form of ID on you?
Do I need one?
Yes,
to make
you do.
To make a complaint, you do not need.
Yes, because you're in the police station and the police officer's asking you for an ID, so that's a law.
That's a law?
Yeah.
Can you give me the number?
No, I don't have it off the top of my head.
Rhode Island state law, you must identify yourself to a police officer when you're inside of a police station when a police officer asks you for it. That's exactly what he said. It's the law. Can somebody in the comments just put that for me? The statute. If you could find the statute and the whole law and paste it in there, that'd be awesome. And I'll put that in the description. If anybody can do that for me, please. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Go figure it out.
If
Go
you're
figure out
gonna,
the
if you're
number.
gonna keep being hostile towards
I'm not
me,
being hostile. I'm
and you're
recording
gonna keep
everything.
recording me,
Oh, if you continue to be hostile and you're recording me. So, is this about the camera? Is that why he's acting like Mr. Robot and giving him the stare? Because he's got a camera? I mean, that is what it is, dude. The police should expect to be videotaped. Plain and simple. They should expect it's going to happen. They should expect people are going to come into the police station and do this. They should expect when people talk to them, that they may want to use their camera. So get over that, for real.
Okay?
So recording is being hostile?
Well, I'm telling you to come in and talk to me, and you're not.
All right, so he clarified that he was telling him he had to go in there and talk to him. There was no other option. He was telling him.
I'm scared of you guys. You guys had a form who touched me
Okay.
in ways that I felt uncomfortable.
If you want, you can still file this complaint, okay?
How? When I have no names and I got recording of
You can
police
put my
officers, so-called police officers. I believe they weren't cops.
You can put.
I believe they weren't cops.
You can
I believe somebody.
Why do you think they weren't cops?
Because they ran. If I asked you your name and badge number, what would you say?
I give you my badge number.
What's your badge number?
86.
What's your name?
Officer De Silva.
And that's why I believe they're
Or
not
Lieutenant De
cops.
Silva.
That's why I believe they're not cops,
Okay.
because they ran away.
Okay.
They ran away.
So you can.
So what's the difference?
If you wish to do
What's
so,
see
you're
the
not.
difference?
You're not gonna talk over me, okay? You're in my police station now.
I'm
okay?
in your police station.
Yes.
So this is yours? This is not
Yes,
public?
I'm the officer in charge. Okay.
So-
No matter what situation it is, the police are trained to take control. They must have control of the entire situation. That's what their training calls for. And that's what he's doing here. It didn't matter what the situation was. The police officer needs to have control. It's his police station. And then he justifies it because he says he's the officer in charge. I mean, you see what this is.
So who's this?
So you're not gonna,
Who?
try to yell at me and raise your
Who
voice.
is
You've been
yelling?
raising your voice this whole time.
You've been recording this the whole time. Who's yelling? Who?
I came in here because I heard yelling.
How do you know? Oh, it was you.
Yes. But
Okay.
you're asking if we went to
You know they molested me?
I didn't come in here because of nothing. I heard yelling happen.
Well, now he lays it on him. Once I would have heard that cop told me he came in here because he heard yelling, I would have taken that as a cue that he's unhappy and, look, disorderly. It's really easy for them to charge you with disorderly if you're being loud. Even if you don't think you're being loud, you can come up with every excuse under the sun. The cops can just charge you, all right? And then you can hash it out in court. If you want to go through that, then so be it. But I think you gave him a fair warning right here.
That's why I came in here.
Oh, so you heard
Yeah.
yelling. You heard
I could
people.
hear from all
well,
over there.
I see this glass.
See this door?
This glass
Really
is about.
thick.
This glass. Oh, the glass is really thick.
Yeah.
This is really thick. So we have to yell.
There's your complaint form, there's your incident form, the two forms that you're asking for. Other than that, there's nothing I can help you with.
When the first cop was talking to him, he didn't have to yell to communicate to him through the glass. But in all fairness, the first cop didn't say anything about him yelling. He wasn't like, oh yeah, keep it down, at least give him a fair warning because he thought he had to yell. Bad excuse though.
I heard,
We have to talk.
I heard yelling.
We have to talk in a how in a
Here's your
loud
option.
voice.
Don't touch me. Here's your option.
How touch them?
Whoa, that was a little weird. What are we in second grade? That was definitely unintentional.
You can fill out this complaint.
We're gonna back up right now
Yeah.
because he does
Oh, we're getting theatrical again.
have.
Here you go. You can fill
A
out this
gun on.
complaint. Okay. You can put unknown as far as the officers and go from there. Okay.
Alright, that's pretty simple, and he made it clear the interaction here is done. Fill out the form, put on there like they've been telling them, the first cop and this guy. Put on there unknown, and we'll go from there. They've been saying that the whole time. Oh, but no.
There's a problem here, officer. Hey,
You can
we
report what
believe
you
we
want.
believe that there's we believe that there's somebody in here that is.
Go.
Knock it off.
You're under arrest.
Record.
Yeah, now you're under.
Record.
That's all that's left is for the audience to look on. He grabbed the door and held it open instead of letting it shut behind a police officer. And in their eyes, he was out of control. So just because he was being aggravated and the cop really wasn't, performing his job to the best of his abilities, this all ended up turning into an arrest. I mean, the camera doesn't show exactly how it went down. I'm assuming the cop on the other side that could see him hold the door was like, saying, hey, or whatever he was, get him. To view the original unedited video in full length, go on over to the YouTube channel Amanda Conti. It's titled Hispanic Male Goes into West Warwick Police Station for Assistance, Ends Up in Handcuffs. And as you can see here, I did reach out, and the offer still stands. If you want to talk to me, give me your point of view. You know, we can make a video. We can do this. I can offer you that. This is just my opinion from what I see from this one video. All right, I'm not judging anybody. I'm not judging your decision on what you did to get yourself arrested, or if we even want to call it that. You know, maybe it's not getting yourself arrested. We'll just leave it at that. All right. I'm only have my opinion here by just this 6-minute video that you had. So you're more than welcome to go ahead and shoot me an email, and we can arrange something where we can talk about this. I'm sure people have some questions. Maybe we can answer them. Just from the answers in the comments below the video, we do get some sort of answers. My guess is either the choice was to plead not guilty, not have the bond money, so have to stay in jail until they have a trial, or plead guilty and take whatever deal they're offering, and that's it. That's going to be my guess. Like I said, I'd love to hear from the person in the video and talk to them about it. What we do know is the charge was disorderly conduct. We're not too sure what he pled guilty to exactly, if it was disorderly conduct, but he did get 2 months home confinement for whatever he pled guilty to. That's all I got, folks. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good whatever it is, wherever you're at, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.